Hello, welcome to Seresin Estate. My name's Cameron and I'm the vineyard manager here at Seresin Estate. We're an 80-acre property with 52 hectares planted in vines. We're the largest Demeter certified vineyard here in New Zealand and the fourth largest Biogro certified organic vineyard in New Zealand.
Seresin was established in the early 1990s by Michael Seresin, a cinematographer who was based over in the UK at the time, but was a New Zealand born and grew up in New Zealand. He really wanted to come back to New Zealand and set up, with a huge vision of making premium wine in New Zealand and set up a vineyard that will enable him to do this. He found this fantastic site on the Wairau Plains in Marlborough, where he went about planting a high proportion of Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and then Sauvignon Blanc and the aromatics. And it was quite groundbreaking to be planting, such high levels of high amounts of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay at that time. His other passion, as well as making the best wine he possibly could, was to farm organically and biodynamically. So quickly we established the vineyard organically and biodynamically and was certified with Biogro, the body in New Zealand, from 2003, and Demeter, the global biodynamic certification body, from 2010. We also went about and established another vineyard in the early 2000s, the Raupo Creek Vineyard, which is tucked right up into the Amaka Valley, which is a small part of the southern valleys of Marlborough, and fantastic Pinot Noir country, clay slopes, also great for Chardonnay, and also, again, Sauvignon Blanc and the aromatics.
It's very rare to find in Marlborough a soil like this where you get a silt overlaying gravels that gives you a combination of water holding and translating to some of those textures that we see in the wine. I think truly reflects the soil that we have here in the Raupo Creek.
Absolutely, and fantastic for growing and making outstanding Pinot. So here we are in the Raupo Vineyard. From the beautiful hills of Osip, where I'm standing right now, you get a wonderful view down the valley, back to the Wairau Valley of Marlborough. But we also have some lovely, more flat plains. Not only are we having the grapes and the vineyards here, we also have olive trees, pine nuts, we have a whole selection of cover crops that we use. We have vegetables planted, lots of insects, and all sorts of life exists here at Raupo. What we really wanted to do is also bring a piece of this beautiful site into our wines. The winemaking really does reflect the vineyard in that our winemaking philosophy is very hands-off. I say hands-off, but it's a lot of manual hand work, but we're not manipulating the fruit, we're not manipulating the wines. So we hand harvest everything. We really bring a lot of the lees and natural kind of essence of the grape into the wines. We don't clarify. We use native yeasts, wholly native yeasts from the vineyard. We use thyme, and we use wonderful small vessels like neutral oak barrels. We use clay amphora pots. We love our small batch winemaking. We really pull apart the vineyard and we harvest tiny little plots and ferment these plots separately, and eventually we will start putting these plots back together and blending our wines. So it's a really fantastic snapshot of the vineyard, and when you're tasting the wines you really get a feel for the Raupo Creek, how special it is. The wines are textural, they are savoury, really old world, I would say, and where they sit. We're not so focused on making fruity wines that you get quite a lot of from Marlborough, the New World in particular, Marlborough, New Zealand. But we love layers, we love texture, we love the savoury kind of aspect that we can get from the Raupo Vineyard.
We make the wine in quite an atypical fashion for Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. So we use a little bit of Semillon in the blend, which gives a beautiful sort of oiliness to the wine. We hand harvest everything, whole bunch press. We use 100% native yeast. We also use old oak barrels and puncheons and extended time on lees aging. So the result of all of this is that you find quite a grown-up Sauvignon Blanc that doesn't necessarily taste of Marlborough. You have lots of texture and layers that have been built into the wine, but also you can feel that sort of wonderful fleshy ripeness of Marlborough Sauvignon, lovely ripe tropical fruit. Also some beautiful greens that come in as well, so some ripe herbal notes and fabulous, beautiful mineral acidity. So it all comes together to create this beautifully balanced Sauvignon Blanc.